If you're watching this on the playback, please feel free to skip ahead. I just want to allow some people to show up. I wrote down a couple of talking points, um, which may or may not be related. But what I want for these videos to be is we'll call them journal entries, things that I've been reflecting on for the past days, including today, past couple of days, and including today. And if you would like to send me money, I'm just playing. You don't have to send me money. But if you would like to send me money, $ Milo Nowhere on Cash App. Or send it here. Or don't send it at all. Just laugh at me. I don't know. So in a little bit, I'm going to get started. I'm really hungry. Really tired. But whenever I get that call, just kind of reach out to my people, I will. So I'll be speaking on some things, and I'll be pulling up some statistical data to back up what I'm saying. I don't want to just go for the bro science right now. This is brought to you by Uncrustables. Mm. Mm. Intermittent fast. Mm. Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, a couple more bites. I got some talking points that I'm gonna get to. Um, I don't know if it's backwards or not, but and I write in cursive. I can hardly. Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, say hi to me. I'm about to get started in a minute. What am I eating? I mean, an Uncrustable. So store bought peanut butter jelly sandwich. So what happens is when my hey, what's up, bro? When my daughter doesn't eat her lunch, they call it Puerto Rico. I'm John Stockton. My daughter doesn't eat her lunch. I just hold on to it. Yeah, I be tearing some Uncrustables up, man. Like you, of course, you can make your own peanut butter and jelly, but come on, man. But no, I do have some important things to talk about. Oh, first of all, please subscribe, man. I got over 800 videos just talking some good things that I think you might enjoy. And also, whatever you want me to talk about, I don't care how silly it is, I'm gonna talk about it. What's up, yo? But like, I don't know, just like let's get the juices flowing. Sometimes I'm just sitting by myself, like, what do I talk about? I don't know. Said nothing touching Uncrustables. Yo, what's up, man? Everybody popping in. Have a great day. Thank you, man. I hope you all having a great day. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty tired. I'm definitely gonna get to that. Okay, okay. I'm not about to. I'm not responding to you. Mm. So I've been training a lot lately, right? Check me out. Everybody says I'm starting to get swole. Eating the best food. I could do better. I could definitely do better. And say cold. Yeah, I can definitely do better with the eating, but You just start by limiting what you eat. You put the if we put the guns. Oh yeah, I don't want to get banned. I'm gonna say I could eat 46. Oh yes, shout out to Chris Gaming Boys. What games do you be playing, man? And I'm gonna check you out. Gotta remind me though. And if you want my Instagram, I got two Instagrams. I got one for fitness, which is Milo Nowhere Fitness, and then the original is at Milo Nowhere. It's it's everything. Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to gaming soon. I'm a little behind with that as far as the whole PS5 thing, as a Fortnite, Call of Duty, Tag. Oh, okay. But you know me, not the Nutella ones. No, not the Nutella ones. All right, but yeah, you know me. I like to talk about important things because I don't want to be a distraction, which is one of my talking points. So lately, I've been well, not lately. I mean, I work out. You know that. You know that about me. But my takeaway is because the past 2 days, I've been in some very serious workouts. On Saturdays, specifically, we run events at the local park. We run events at the local park. We train people, right? But the guys that I hang out with, they want to leave such an impression that they just go above and beyond. And I'm a part of a collective. We call ourselves the DMV Dojo. Now, if you don't know, the DMV stands for DC, Maryland, and Virginia, not the driver thing. For us, I mean, when I say DMV, that's what I mean. DC, Maryland, Virginia. Okay, because there's an area where it's so close together. Like I live in Maryland, right? And the park is in Maryland. You know, 10 minutes I get to DC, 15 minutes I get to Virginia. So that's why we call it that, the DMV area. And this is where I stay. So we call ourselves the DMV Dojo. Okay. And if you look me up on my fitness page at Milo Nowhere Fitness, or just my regular page, you'll see some things at Milo Nowhere. You will see the guys that I affiliate myself with, and they are some lunatics. Okay. Now, doing the fitness content thing isn't my main thing. It isn't the main thing, which is I'll speak on later on. But when you're hanging around a bunch of people who are serious and they bring you into their group and they want to build up the brand, you also have to be serious. Okay? You have to be serious. There's no way around it. Otherwise, get out the car and let them do their thing, because anything short of that, you're just going out there so you can say I'm a part of something. Feels good to be a part of something. Doesn't feel as good to put in that work to be accepted in that collective. Now, I don't care about being accepted, but I'm not going to put forth a piss poor effort, and they don't accept that anyway. There's really no excuses, you know which is why I'm in my predicament anyway. So I just want to write something down. Let's see. Make sure I don't forget my point. I don't want to read comment. Yeah, keep training. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, he's getting on my nerves. I had to get rid of him. He said, "Wish we had our own dojo." Yeah, I mean, we just call it that. We're outside, like at the park. They put in a couple of calisthenics equipment. They put out a little equipment like a bar. Like there's places, um, not too far away from here that have actually, more equipment or whatever. But we just set up shop here. It's my childhood park. I live close by. We chose to set up here, and we run events, and it's been having a great turnout. And in large part because I befriended with a local celebrity that's a part of it too. He is a comedian. But last year he started to get serious about his fitness, and he started like bulking up really fast. So it went from people joking about him in the comments to everybody like, big bro, I gotta get with you. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that with my own eyes, and I've seen it with myself as well. I didn't have to face the same type of criticism as him, of course, but yeah, I've seen him blow up. And as far as putting on muscle and all that, and I've seen it for myself. Yeah, but you don't even really need equipment for real. All you need is a good plan for real. I'm not really one with the plans. I roll with the guys who have the plans for that specific thing because again, like that's not my thing, but I gotta get it. You know what I mean? I'm almost 34 years old. Yeah, I'll be 34 in whatever in May, and so I feel like this is a great point in my life to really strike while the iron is hot. You know, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't care about the thought of, oh, they say your testosterone starts to dip, a percentage every time every year after 30. I don't know. I try not to play too much into that and just control what I can control and make sure that I don't engage in things that's going to ruin my testosterone, that's going to ruin my gains, and I don't try to rest on my laurels. Just because I look good today and I'll probably look good tomorrow and all that. I want to make sure that I maintain that. He said, I thought you were 23. I like that. Yeah, somebody was surprised when they found out that, because I play kickball too. You know what I'm saying? So a common theme you're going to find is like, I wear a lot of hats. I do so many different things that I got to make sure that I make time for it all. Not to mention, I got to be a parent. But I was playing, I play kickball, and I was at practice with this guy that, I mean, I've seen him before at a different practice. But he was like, this was on Wednesday. He's like, "Are you in your 20s?" And I was like, "Nah." I mean, I'm used to hearing that. He's like, "Are you in your teens?" I'm like, "No." And you know, if you're not in your 20s, you're not in your teens. But yeah, I'm so used to hearing that. Because the reason why I said it is because they know, when I play kickball, I'm known as like the speedster. Okay, he, to this day, I'm the speedster. And so I usually kick first to just kind of get on base and and run bases and stuff like that. Shit, just don't believe, bro, and it won't affect you. Yeah, for sure. See, this is one of them things because this is not me praising myself or anything, but I understand by certain measurements I have a high IQ. Okay, there's nothing mind blowing about that. Okay, I'm not a super genius, but I have a higher IQ. But what comes with that is that you second guess yourself, you outthink yourself. Okay, so it's like it's weird because I'm like doing this thing where it's like just kind of acting like I don't know any better, try to dumb myself down and just do it. And this is why people you may see like, damn, I'm way smarter than him. I'm way talented than this person, but this person is actually doing something because, and with no disrespect, too dumb to even think about the consequences. Too dumb to think about the outcome. Too dumb to think that it could fail. And perhaps that you want to take a page from their book, and that's why I don't discriminate when it comes to who I'm gonna take a lesson from. All right, I feel like everybody could teach me something, so I'm always in the student seat. I'm always looking to learn. I never really consider myself a master. You know what I mean? Said brother is glowing. I know, man. Like they got all these routines, the skincare routines, and really all I do is, I mean, I get in the shower and I scrub, you know, and I'm taking these cold showers too, which, okay, that's a talking point too. I'm taking these cold showers, so inspiring. So where was I? I'm glad I circled this because I get thrown off. My message, if I didn't say it already, surround yourself with people who will build you up. That's another talking point. Do I still practice SR, which is semen retention? About to get to that. I got a lot to say about that. um, and the short answer, yeah. Uh, so in this collective of the DMV dojo, I've been reminded over and over again that the ceiling is a lot higher. When you surround yourself with people who are known to push it to a higher level than you would by yourself, it's being revealed to you that you have more to give. Okay? So when you find yourself in your solitude, you know that you're capable of doing more of this, more of that. You get in this habit of pushing yourself and trying to see where the barrier is, trying to understand why it's that barrier. Hold on. You're trying to see why it's that barrier, and you learn to, instead of being overwhelmed by the mountain, you understand that you can only climb the mountain step by step, you know, or pickaxe by pickaxe, however you do it. You climb one, you got to be in the moment, okay? You can, you can't cross a bridge until you get there. Yeah, so you hang around a collective of people who are known to push it there, and you push it, and you learn to push it there, and you expedite your growth as a result. So, almost 5 years ago, when I decided to get sober, because I've been sober, well, I just said it, for 5 years almost. When I decided to get sober, I said I want to bulk up, and I was in a psych ward because I developed depersonalization. Some of my bros know about it, and it was then and there. I was like, I'm about to change. I'm gonna get clean. I'm gonna bulk up. At the time, like when I went to the hospital, um, I think I was like maybe at like 120 something, 125, 128. The most I ever recorded myself weighing at that point was like 131. But in the hospital I was probably like 127, 128. And yeah, within a month I gained 10 pounds. I was at like 138. And then the next month the most I saw myself was like well, it was like 148. And so I always been floating around there, a little lower, a little higher, but still bulked up. So that just tells me that my body fat percentage is it went down. But last year I made such a huge transformation that even the guys that I work out with, they noticed. Everywhere I go, I know. People notice. Like even my mom, like I've been swole for a while, but like, and I was just happened to be wearing this shirt, like I don't know, last month or something. And my mom was like, "Where do the muscles come from?" I'm like, "It's been here." You know, I have major respect. Thank you very much. Congratulations. You look good. Step to leave alcohol. Took a good step. Yeah. Oh, yo, apparently you took a good. Yeah. Yeah. Left alcohol alone. No smoking weed. Nothing, bro. For the rest of my life, I'm done with that shit. Sometimes I look at my life. I'm like, damn. I really just be getting through the day. No drinking. No smoking. Nothing. You know what I mean? I was on Instagram. I was looking at stories. My I guess you could call him my cousin-in-law, but my cousin's husband was like uploading videos on the stories, was talking about this how my night went. He was celebrating his late cousin's birthday last night, and somebody recorded him, my cousin-in-law, sleep with the door open and one, like a couple legs outside of the house, and he's like sleeping in the doorway. And I was just thinking, like, yeah, I'm so far removed from things like that, it ain't even funny. It's not like I haven't had nights like that when I was drinking. That's bizarre. And honestly, I've been in more compromising situations as far as like people could die. Um, but yeah, and then I was just thinking to myself, it was like, you always have like quick thoughts, like, oh, I wasn't invited, but they knew they shouldn't invite me because I don't party, and of course I don't drink or smoke. Like, well, I really just be going because I don't have fun going to parties. That's not fun for me. You know, it's a trap. You know, and I'm so lucky that that is behind me. All right, sobriety is the best. It feels great. It's one less thing you gotta fight off. Which honestly brings me to my next point. It's cool how I'm talking. It's just like bringing up other talking points. Yeah, and not just sleeping around. I'm talking about the front door open. You know what I mean? Just the front door open. That's. I mean, I don't know. That's beyond me. Honestly, I don't really have a whole lot of judgment. But yeah, that's something. But you made it through. So I mean, what can you say? But where was my next point? Oh yeah. So block out the distractions. It's very critical. Something I'm working on a day to day because my life requires so much. There's so much that's being asked of me. So I have to block out things. And distractions aren't always just oh, I'm scrolling on social media sites, or I'm constantly checking my phone every time a notification goes off, or I'm on the Discord or the group chat, and you know, and that's why I had mentioned earlier, I don't I don't want to be a distraction in your life. Want to have I want you to have some takeaways. I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to assist you, just like I would want people to do for me. This isn't brain rot content. This is thought provoking content, because if I'm wasting your time, I'm wasting my time as well, and I don't really have time to waste. Okay, eliminate distractions. Watching this at 2:40 a.m. Where are you? Where are you in the world? It's 2:40 a.m. Where I am, it is 9:40 p.m. You said I'm sat watching. Okay, we said damn, but it's worth it. Oh, I appreciate that, and I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. Oh yeah, okay, right. United Kingdom. You did say that. It's Monday over there, correct? I don't know how these things work. I'm pretty good with America, but yeah, okay. So it's Monday. Yeah, it's Sunday night where I am, and it's 9:41. Okay. Um. Yeah. So we just want to like just eliminate the distractions. So I was saying it's not always packaged up as scrolling and even the mindless content. Sometimes it's senseless arguments, or feeling like you got to be a part of every conversation, feeling like you always got to add something to whatever conversation is going on around you, feeling like you got to fight every battle. A big takeaway from the art of war, one of my favorite takeaways, is to choose your battles. All right, you can't fight every fight. It's going to weaken you for when you gotta go fight the bosses. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, have you ever played like a video game where it's like you lost so much health fighting someone's, these creatures or characters you could have easily defeated, but you spent so much time on it, and you took them lightly, They took out a chunk of your health. Maybe even they defeated you, but they took out a chunk of your health. And then when you got to fight the the characters that you actually need the health for, you don't have it, and you get defeated easily. Well, that's just life. You know what I mean? You get beat down from all this simple shit, all the mundane things that don't really add to your life. They're just kind of distractions, because that's what we're talking about, distractions. They get in your way, and now you have nothing. You have no energy. You have no XP. You have no health for the bigger things that require such. All right, so eliminate the distractions. Oh yeah, and by the way, we're talking to he was somebody mentioned if I was still doing semen retention. Currently, yes. Because no matter how many times I slip up and or whatever excuse, I don't even make excuses, but no matter how time I slip up or I relapse, it always comes back to the same thing. I I guess you could call that a distraction too, to my point. I need as much energy as possible. I need the best that I have to give. And semen retention helps with that. And if I could make a quick pivot, because that's something else I needed to add in, is that especially as you get older, taking your supplements is imperative. Okay, so when I talk about like how much I train, and I train intensely, like it's a lot. It truly is. And I was alluding to it earlier. I was thinking about when I was speaking on all the ways that I could make myself better when it comes to trying to keep up with the guys around me. A big part of it is supplementing. A lot of times when I feel behind is because I probably wasn't supplementing. I wasn't putting the nutrients back in my body that I was losing through ejaculation, for example. I like how I feel when I am doing semen retention, you know. And at the very least, gotta leave the adult films alone. It just messes up everything. It gets to a point where you can't even feel aroused unless you're looking at the screen, touching yourself. If you get to that point, you're in trouble in a sense, because it affects life in the bedroom, and I do know that from experience. So it's best to just be unplugged from things like that. And honestly, it's best to just lock in and really not masturbate at all, and just put that on the back burner for a while, and go chase some things down. Go check some things off your list, because everything that you will be holding out on will be there for you when you're ready. So everything that you've been chasing, it'll be there. It'll pursue you. That's just it's somewhat surprising, but it's true when you realize that a lot of things that you've been chasing is waiting on the other side of the sacrifices that you make. So when you decide I'm going to abstain from, you know, because I was talking to this guy the other day, and he was talking about, like, he's kind of speaking out against semen retention, but when I was speaking on like the health benefits of it and all, he was like, man, you know what? When I started my businesses, I was abstaining from a lot of things. I was abstaining from sex. I was abstaining from overeating, smoking, all of that. And he got a lot of money. I think he's a millionaire. Just randomly met him. And you think you're missing out, but really you're taking steps back so you could take steps forward. More steps forward. There's a method to the madness. You're not just doing it because you hate yourself. No, it's quite the opposite. Because you can indulge in everything you want right now, have at it, at a time of your life, but you're going to get the bill eventually. if it's the bill of regret, if it's the bill of poor health, if it's the bill of lost time, everything that comes with it. And you can you can make the bill less expensive by not adding more things to it. Okay? If you want a cheaper bill at a restaurant, don't add on everything. Get just enough, get what you want, get that, tip well, I suppose, and get out there. Get out of there. Okay? It's the same thing for your life. Don't be too harsh on yourself. People may go ahead, but you are the one to push forward and continue and make your own path to success. Yeah, it's definitely different for everyone. And one thing that I was practicing, thanks for bringing that up, because this has definitely been a theme from this week. So one thing I've been practicing is the backwards law, which in this context was popularized by Alan Watts, the backwards law. I've also heard it as I think Wu Wei, or the art of not trying. And basically, what that means to me and how it was explained to me is that you let go of your grip of trying to control everything. Like, let go of your attachment. Like, for example, because that's me. I needed that. I needed this, the backwards law. This is what I need. I wrote in a song and I said, indifference is the master key. But this is exactly what I need because I struggle with this. I have struggled with this for so long. My attachment to everything, making everything personal. All right? This is what plagues us. Um, for example, oh, YouTube video didn't get any views. Oh, I guess I'm shadow man. I guess I'm not going to make it. Or this girl rejected me. I guess I'm ugly. I guess nobody's going to love me. You know what I mean? Things like that. Or just like, I'm watching Solo Leveling with my dad. Good to see you live again. Oh, hey, nice to see you. Uh, hope your dad doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, thank you for checking in. Thank you for stopping by, leaving a comment. I really appreciate that, man. But yeah, the backwards law, and I be thinking of things because like when I was mentioning earlier that I hang around a bunch of people who kind of outwork me in the fitness field. First of all, that's not my bread and butter. I'm in the top 1% of all men in the world as far as fitness goes. As far as fitness goes, I'm in the top 1%. What more could I really want? Anything more than that, then I'm shifting all my priorities. Okay, now I want to be a big fitness influencer. If the opportunity presents itself, then I'll take it. But that was never the main goal for me. Especially now, the older I get. I told you, I'm about to be 34 years old. I want to be 70 years old and be able to take a fall, to be able to move how I want, to be able to do everything I believe I could do, that I believe I should be able to do at 70. You know what I mean? Like, and look it up. I go on YouTube all the time and I look up, 70-year-old, 80-year-old, 90-year-old, 100-year-old bodybuilders, for example. Uh, no drug bodybuilders. And really, and it leads me to watching videos of sprinters, So you watching sprinters in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100, and then they're hundreds. And I say, well, if you told me that I was going to be running sprints at 100, it's not going to be as fast as I am now. It's fine. But if you told me I was going to be running sprints at 100, I would take that. Wouldn't you take that? If you could run sprints at 100 years old, would you not take that? Yeah, because I know I would. And so, in realizing things like that, I don't want to be too attached to, oh, I don't know if I can keep up, with these guys with this. I don't. You don't know until you try. But when you get all tense about this and let your nervousness take over, it ruins you. And, it just makes everything tight. Your body gets tight and you don't perform as well. So when you find that relaxed state where you can just be and just flow, you'll get through it. You know, I had to do that on Saturday. I had a bunch of eyes on me, and we had some pretty tough workouts, and it's with the expectation that I got to keep up with the rest of the guys. There's no saying that I can't. I just need to focus on what I can control, and that's why I alluded to it earlier. I got to take certain supplements. I ordered even more supplements that will help me with that. But also, it's not enough to have tools. You got to use your tools. Okay? You got to use your tools. And so I have a whole bunch of supplements. I want everything I use that's going to give me an advantage. Not for the sake of competing, but for the sake of keeping up with my lifestyle. Okay? Because I could get seriously hurt. Like for example, I'll just tell you some of the things that we did on Saturday, and the guys will call that a light day, and you call it a warm up. So we do this thing called 10 down, but today it was a 7, or that day it was a 7 down, and so it starts like this: you do 7 muscle ups, okay, then you do 10 dips on top of the bar. Then you do 10 pull-ups. And all of this is like right after, you don't take breaks. So 7 muscle-ups goes into 10 dips on top of the bar. Come down and do 10 pull-ups. And then you do 10 burpees. Okay? The thing is, I wasn't at 100% when I came out there because of a workout the day before, which they call them bulldogs. So this is what we do. Basically, you do 100 100 sets of 3. Sounds pretty easy, right? 300 push-ups. So what happens is you break the group down in half, for example. That side does 3 push-ups. Then this side does 3 push-ups. You keep your hands on the ground at all times. Not necessarily in a plank position, but just keep your hands on the ground at all times. So they do 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, all the way to 100. That's 300 push-ups. They call it the bulldog. Okay? But on this day, you did 7 muscle-ups, 10 dips on top of the bar, come down, 10 pull-ups, then 10 burpees. Then the next, and you only come down from the muscle-ups. So basically, it's 7 rounds, okay? So after that, it's 6 muscle-ups, then 10, 10, 10, okay? You get it? Then 5, 10, 10, 10. So in total, you're doing, I'll do that part later. But you're doing 70 dips, 70 muscle-ups, and 70 burpees. And you're doing, what are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, and 28 muscle-ups, okay? My arms felt, and that day, my 3 of my supplements that I ordered had arrived that day too. But my arms feel like it was giving out, like, swear, after like the second round. And that's when you, in your mind, you're like, bro, I don't even think I could do this anymore. But what I realized is what somebody pointed out to me, people started dropping out. A lot of people started dropping. It's tough. It's tough. It's a lot of pain. But I saw it through. Even when I was starting to, break down. I wasn't able to perform as well or as fast. I still made it through. And if I didn't make it through, we're talking about the backwards law here. I pushed myself to the limit. Nobody's telling you that you got to be the greatest exerciser in the world. You go to your failure. I'll tell you another thing, because it's always the people around me that kind of put things into perspective. Because I see, like, I'll try to push myself to do things, and it just still never seems like it's enough. Like, for example, I did 100 pull-ups in 10 minutes, and I'm on ChatGPT asking, damn, is this good enough? How much should I aim for? And spoiler alert, what they say you should aim for is a lot lower than what I was doing. But and it's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of humbling what I'm about to say, but it's okay. So there was this guy. He asked, could somebody record him doing pull-ups? I'm like, shit, all right. Got the camera, I'm recording live, recording everybody else, and I got this thing where I'm yelling at people, but it's all love. People know, you know, just trying to hype people up. And I'm recording him. He go to do a pull-up. He can't pull up at all, not once. You know what I'm saying? It's a young, a young guy, probably younger than me, but an adult, and he couldn't do one. And that really put things in perspective of me. You know what I'm saying? I get mad if I can't, or not mad, but I'm just saying, like, I'm so ambitious. I want to go beyond 20 straight pull-ups, trying to get to 30 straight, which I can get to. And sometimes I see myself as like not making progress or whatever. But there's guys who can't even do one pull-up, you know? But I pretty much told him, it's like, if you can't pull, you hold on to it. It's gonna help you build up your strength, and then you can do a pull-up. Just focus on what you can control. Start doing some dips, doing some push-ups, hold them, and yeah. But that's the approach I want to take everywhere. Okay, if I go to a place and there's a lot of ladies, and the ladies they're giving more attention to my brothers or my friends, I need to be okay with that. Okay, I need to be okay with any of that. If I need to, I don't want to concern myself with this or that. People choosing off the vanity alone. It shouldn't matter to me. A lot of things that once mattered to me, it shouldn't matter. A lot of things that used to matter to you shouldn't matter. Why do they matter? Question why they matter. Question why they matter to other people. Question why they want it to matter to you. It's nothing. You decide what matters to you. You are the guru of your life. Simply put, you just get to decide, okay? Don't let people decide for you, because ultimately you're the one who gets the bill. All right? You have to pay the price for the decision that you made, whether if it was inspired by you or somebody else. All right? You get the bill. So the backwards law. And you know what? I wasn't sure how long this was going to take, but I think we are starting to come to a close here. And I'm satisfied with all the talking points that we had today. I'm grateful for all the people who stopped by, who left their comments, who said these positive things. Please be sure to subscribe. And I want to make this more of a thing. I want to go live. I want to see what's what with you all. All right. So with that being said, I'm headed out. Thanks a lot.